What the fuck is up, party people? My name is Mystery, and welcome back to another episode of the NCL Podcast. I am joined with some new guests this time. We have one of my all-time goats, longtime friends, and Season 3 champion, Tristan. I hate you. I hate you so much.
Delicious drink of water.
Welcome back to the pod.
And all of my lovely friends on the podcast. Hello.
Of course. And we also joined by someone who did join us last season for one episode, and currently, I believe, the leader in D2. Let me double check. Yes, the leader in D2, Koinu. Say hello.
What a goat.
Oh my fucking god! All right, and last but not least, joined by my co-host once again after a week off, someone who still needs to retract a defamatory statement made about me, James. Say hi.
What is up, my Sigmas?
Just retract the statement.
I'm back.
Retract the statement.
No.
Yes. We're gonna do this right now on the fucking pod, bro.
Oh my god.
No, we're doing. You know what? No, I wasn't planning this. We're doing this on the fucking pod. Retract the statement.
You're gonna be going on forever.
Okay, he said that I attacked people for no reason. And that's not true. I attack people who deserve it. All right, I mean to people who deserve it. Name one person that I've attacked that didn't deserve it. Go.
Me.
Not true.
Wow, I'm glad the evidence is so amazing.
You have to provide proof.
If I
we have to
spend
fucking
6
get
months.
on.
Name one person. Exactly. None of you can. You all cannot.
No, you heard me. Me.
I heard you said you'd be suspended 6 months. All I know is that it's not true. All right, I have been.
Do you want me to say the monkey comment on
Dude,
fucking stream
no, that's
right
not
now?
fair because I was going through a mental breakdown. You can't use that. That's
you
not
still
fair.
attacked me.
That's not fair. That's not true, and I already apologized for that. Name one other.
And you
time.
call me Mexican every day of my life.
That's true. That's true.
Wow.
All right.
The line counts. Okay.
I'm so sorry, guys.
All right. I'm not. Look. Just retract the statement. That's all I'm asking. I don't think it's asking a lot. Just retract the statement.
Listen, James, take it back later, but we got to move on.
Anyway, yeah, let's start with D1. So we have 2 undefeated coaches as of week 3. We have just Kyle and Jamal. Not a huge shocker, but Harris does pick up his first loss of the season, losing to
Versus Pickles.
I know. Just an upset.
What is up with this guy?
Then we have Taylor picking up his second win of the season over me, who is right behind him. Pickles, obviously, with the win over Harris, creeping up in the last spot before the play-in. Then we have Nick as our last coach above 500. And then Tristan getting his first win of the season in dominant fashion. 1-2, but it is +1, so love to see it. Theo picks up, I believe, his second loss of the season this week as well to... Who did he play? I can't even remember.
Nick.
Oh, right. Yeah. Close game. And then Zai got his first win of the season over James. Ark lost to Jamal, I believe. And then Person lost to... why am I blanking? Fuck. We just looked at this. Tristan, right. Yeah, okay.
Right.
But honestly, so far... And then, there's the bottom 2 right here that have not won a game yet. James, come on, bro. Come on, bro.
Hey, one of them's a forfeit. Kill yourself.
True, you could win that one later. But Robert, not looking great for him. But yeah, interesting games. It is currently thunderstorming, so if you do hear anything at some point, I apologize. Cannot control the weather. But I think we should start with the upset of the week. Harris versus Pickles. I just clicked on Person.
This is like one game I didn't watch this week.
Oh, well, apologies. This is a pretty important one.
I know. I meant to, and I just didn't get around to it.
James, what were your thoughts in this game?
I'm glad that Pickles pulled up the win, but I'm going to be completely honest. I don't think he played amazing. I thought there was a lot of missed opportunities, especially with the crocodile. But definitely pulled it out at the end. Zamahiro is Zamahiro, and definitely pulled it out at the very end. So, I mean, very good game. Other than what I could say is that I know Harris was pretty upset about it. He didn't think the set that Pickles brought was a very good one. As if you guys watch, it is the Iron Defense body press rest set, and he didn't feel that it was very good into him. But hazards were just annoying as fuck. Like, not to keep rambling, but this game was just all about hazard stack for both sides. The Crooked Owl just got completely worn down, and I thought that I could have done a lot more. But yeah.
No Pursuit Crook in the week you're bringing.
That's interesting.
Like, I don't hate body, like the Iron Press like set. You know, I don't hate that if you bring Pursuit, because you need to kill. Like, you have Crunch, but you're not doing like that much to Glow King without a boost. So I don't know.
Exactly. Really, especially because that is like Slow King's pretty great against your team. Otherwise, I feel like you really want to get rid of it.
Like, Blisef does kind of damage to it, but it's not like a low choice card.
He got like every turn wrong with this Crooked Owl as well. I just watched it perish, and yeah, it's just every single time Harris gets the turn right, and it just does nothing, which is really unfortunate. I feel like Hydreigon should have at least lost its item or something.
I just don't get Scarf Blacephalon in the fucking Hydreigon week, especially knowing Harris. He like loves bulky Hydreigon more than, like, you know, Christ himself. So I just don't love that set. And then, like, here he gets poisoned, but like, what if he's just what if he just Psychic Noise there and then Sludge Bomb? Like, it just, there's so many things that could have gone wrong for you. I just don't. I don't love the Iron Defense Body Press set. I am, like James said, I'm happy he won, but you know, just
especially when you're not a boosting, like, you're not set up, like, you're not work up even, at least. So like, you're realistically, like, he does it there and he gets the defense drop, but you have to like realistically pray against Slow King. Like, if he doesn't get it paralyzed, like, you're not really beating it 1v1. So I don't know. It's just a wacky game, I think, from Harris, and then just I think Pickles got a little lucky. I can't take away from him the win though.
Pickles should have gotten the 3-0 right here, and then he crits. Harris crits through with Jet Punch. And then it's thankfully Choppel Pharaoh, so he doesn't lose to that. Just straight up, Zama gets the kill. Mega Lottie hangs on to the heavy slam and then outspeeds Hydreigon, and that is the bullet game. So yeah, it's a good win for Pickles. I mean, again, I don't agree with everything, but that's the beauty of Pokemon. Sometimes a win is a win. You don't really care how you have to get it, especially over someone like Harris. Does not matter.
At least he didn't really hacks him or anything. You can't say that. So
right.
Hazard Stack was a great bring by Pickles, I will say that.
Yeah, especially with no Terapagos there, it definitely ended up working out.
I think we can get the Arc Jamal game out of the way real quick. Koinu, we haven't heard from you much. Did you help Arc at all with this team, or was there anything you saw in this matchup at all?
No. I didn't see it at all, but yeah, like, at least watching the game at first, honestly, I might have to just quickly watch it because I don't remember too. I know
I'm
it
not
was
streaming.
early
My
on.
bad, guys. Hold on. Should have said something.
I was looking at my own.
Usually I stream. I won't even cut this out because gotta be humble, you know. Make
the heat nature power.
That was.
Oh
heat,
yeah, I
the
remember
nature
that
power
was very funny to see, like, from Moltres.
But yeah, once again, Raging Bolt proving
his worth.
His worth.
I would say though, yeah, like, that is probably one thing that I at least do kind of dislike with that turn is, like, I know that Coco got off the Toxic, but, like, why didn't the Tinu just come in anyway if he was just gonna whirlwind it out?
Right.
At that point, like, he just kind of then lost Coco then for no reason, and then, like, that's like terrain down basically immediately.
It's my guy Waffle House. Here he is.
I love the name.
Karen
I love that it
Skibbity.
was like a 1 a.m.
Skibbity,
fucking.
that's really good.
Does kind of have the
Toxic
Karen
train.
cut.
Dude, Moonblast inflicting Toxic is
Yeah.
like
It's devious.
hurting
shit.
my brain.
I
Yeah.
like
Why
the
was
flinch
why
too.
was Zen the mood? I
Because
guess
he doesn't
for
kill the
great
Mighty
test to
Cleave,
come
so
out, but-
you go for the
flinch.
I guess he could have kept it lower. Like, it would probably be at like 40-ish%, but I don't hate the play. But Kieran finally making his one and only appearance of the season, as we'll see later. Not great. Also, Shea Mid putting in the finest. You hate to see it. Just
Shea Mid kind of coming in clutch.
Also, he just keeps trying to make these predictions.
Yeah, it's just not working out again. Especially that second Earth Power was just not it. What's the point at that point?
I guess
like,
he was locked.
I think it was locked. Yeah.
Arc did not have a lot for this Pheasantipity either. This thing tore him apart defensively.
Right.
Like
Maybe this is a
Blast
little-
was just hitting everything. It's gonna poison the Moltres. It was brutal versus his team. He didn't have a great way to kill it fast enough.
Maybe this is hindsighty, but I just think locked Kiram was such a bad bring for this matchup, since especially the way Jamal's team is structured, like you don't ever want to lock yourself in a move exactly kind of like how he did. I thought DD Kiram or some form of sub setup Kiram would have been amazing here, and then you bring like Arc has so much good speed control already as it is. Like why did he feel the need to, I guess, lock in with Kiram was my thing.
Right.
I just didn't. Go ahead.
Jamal's got Booster Tusk. He's got Charizard that he likes to bring all the time. I feel like Pokemon that end up outspeeding Kiram and can easily just deal with it instantly. So I don't really agree with Lock It. What was it, Specs or Scarf?
It was Scarf, I believe.
Oh, okay. Never mind then. I thought it was Specs.
I kind of something that I thought about after this game too was like maybe like a Spadef weakness policy, because of like Pheasantipity's not really hitting you like that crazy hard. Raging Bolt, obviously, you
have to be careful with that since of Toxic Chain. But yeah, I could.
No, I can agree. Yeah, but like I feel like he had multiple ways to proc it this game, and would have really helped with like Earth Power against things like Registeel, which didn't come. But just in general, it was something I thought about. But the problem with his team stayed the exact same. He has nowhere near enough offense to like break. And this is with all due respect, I don't think Arc's a good enough battler to like play a really long game and like successfully like plan out turns and like condition and play it correctly. And it's not a shot against him, it's just in general like that requires like knowledge and a lot of it, and like playing correctly and building the correct team for it. And I just don't think that's going to be his style. So he got some more offense in a roundabout way this week, and I like the transactions, but we will go over that shortly. So good win for Jamal, though. And next up, who do we want to talk about? We can do James. You want to do yours?
Sure.
All right.
Go down the line.
Why not? So James, what did you see? Because overall, I thought you played decently well this game.
I agree.
Yeah.
So a lot of people know I've been going through some stuff outside and just been trying to I've been in like a really, really bad funk for a while now and just trying to get out of it. But I think I played this well. First fun fact, KB is the fucking GOAT. This thing is amazing. But yeah, basically throughout this game, the biggest problem I saw immediately was the Zam, and it was exactly what happened. I think I played super well this first, like I think until the Zam comes out, as you'll see soon, I think I played really well. I could have kept a little bit more HP on Scizor.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
And then maybe also CC'd here. I just didn't think he'd stay in and take the fucking... I guess he was scared of me tearing or something. Or just nothing. He didn't have a swap into head smash regardless. Arcanine was just super good in this game. And then this... Can you pause it here? I think this was one of the catalyst plays. I probably just roost here just because Kiram can take another one. What I was scared of, though, was I was really terrified of him sub-glare stalling me. Because like I didn't have a whole lot for Serp if it got out of hand. Just in my team in general, Terrifier Serp was like extremely obvious to come here. And with Kiram already having damage on it, the reason I U-turned was because I didn't want Serp to come in, get a free sub, and then glare stall me out with Kiram.
I think that plays fine, but you need to like get it in safely to roost later, and instead you had to bring it in versus I believe
versus Zam
on a combine.
Which is because, to be fair, it's because of this play right here.
No, it was definitely a tough turn. I don't disagree with you.
I Dark Pulse there because I wanted to get info on if either Corv was going to come in. I didn't think he'd just stay in and sack it because it was so good against my team. But in retrospect, all he needed was damage for Zam to come in. And then I had to play on the back foot, and I tried to just sack Swamp here. But to be completely fair, in the moment, if you want to pause it, I'm sorry. In the moment against Darkrai, I didn't think that he would just raw Calm Mind because he still took well over half.
It was like 65, yeah.
Yeah. And he didn't know my set either. I guess he did because he lived with Serp, but I was Chapel, so I died to Focus Blast raw anyways there, unfortunately. But it was a good play by him, and I think that he needed to get on the front foot too because he was a little bit behind after killing Serp and Heatran, so Calm Minding made sense there. I wish I would have Calm Minded myself with Darkrai against Serp, but
yeah, that was the play I was going to say. Was I think when Dark Pulse doesn't kill this turn, you just need to Calm Mind. You take way less from the raw Leaf Storm. I know
to be completely fair,
but
be completely fair, I didn't know his HP because the only damage he took was rocks and sub, so I thought I killed.
Okay.
I didn't realize he was a lot of HP.
Still,
Plus, with your set, when he doesn't quite know your set yet, he might think you kill him. So I think it's more likely here that he goes for the Leaf Storm over any other kind of like weird stall shenanigans. Also, the fact that he revealed Dragon Pulse as substitute already should have told you that he had Terra Blast, Leaf Storm, and no Glare.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, yeah.
So, like, yeah, to me, Calm Mind was, even if you think you kill, it's, like, really safe because
for sure.
It helps you with the Zan revenge and nothing else. Like, he can go Lele as well, but, you know, that's kind of fine because that also gives you, like, a chance. Like, you can sack somebody, you can sack Swampert to Lele and then go Scizor and Roost, and then you're back to being in a great position versus the Psychic Spam. So, overall, and then Serp stats, so then basically really all you have to worry about is Corv and fucking D-Tar. So, yeah, that, honestly, that was really just where it went downhill. You needed to dodge. Didn't get it. Psyshock, you live. Don't get the poison. And
I knew he was going to make this play too, but I had no other choice.
Jamal,
I was like,
we were all on call for this, and Jamal, I believe, wanted you to click like Flare Blitz. It was like Flare Blitz, Flare Blitz. Saw the.
I knew he was going to do it. I just couldn't like I just lost the game on the spot. It was him just like killed me, so it was like whatever.
But unfortunately, yeah, that pretty much wraps up the game.
Unfortunate.
Kieran kind of decided he was going to make it a little interesting for a little while.
Yeah, I was kind of shocked.
Until he was bulk up Wakana. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And he still lived because he's a fucking beast.
And that is the game. So, close one. You know, I know you're 0-3, but like one of those is the forfeit. You get to replay that on the break week. It's fine. It's not as dire as it seems, right? Like, this was a really close game. It sucks, but like, give it some time. Maybe make a transaction. Not with Houndoom. And things can turn around. So
I think the biggest thing with my team, if we're going to talk about it, is the defensive utility is really insanely reliant on Swampert. Like, this whole team pivots off of Swampert so much, and I don't think I've played Swampert well in the first 2 games of the season, and I think it's just going to bank off of that. So just making smart plays. It's a very, very offensive team for a reason. I do like it. I don't think I'm going to change anything until later on if I need to. But
what I like is that you still have points that you can like realistically tap into. Like Serena hasn't even been to a game yet. Like that's a 9-point grass. It could turn into a 2-point grass, or whatever.
For sure.
Munchlax can stay, but if you need to cash him in for a higher.
I have Kilowattrel here too, which is
yeah. So to me, there's things that can be done here. It's not completely dire straits yet, but
I might. Yeah, it'll be a fun one.
You gotta
definitely cool. Yep. I mean, to be fair, I do have the person game. I keep saying it, but we're playing on the break week, so if I can win that, I'm not in as bad of a situation. But yeah, this is a pretty big game. I have probably the easiest strength of schedule too, so I can definitely bounce back.
Yeah, no Harris and no Jamal will do that. You already have Kyle out of the way.
My weeks too are like really like I think the hardest stretch is Zai, and then into you, and then it goes Theo, which nothing against Theo, but he hasn't started off strong. He has a scary team, but and then Nick, who's coming back, good player, but into Taylor, which is again weird team, into Pickles, into Tristan, into Robert and Ark. So I have a very easy ending schedule too, and if I can make it through, it can be
Fuck you,
can be
man.
fun.
Beating your ass.
I think he meant more the bottom two coaches.
I mean, yeah,
No.
it's fun. No, my last 4 weeks look pretty free. Not gonna lie.
Yeah.
We'll
Pretty
play,
free
we'll
L's,
play this clip
like,
in,
next 6 weeks or so.
My
Yeah.
Ursaluna swapping is
Pray.
Prey. It's easy.
It's just like everyone else's. It's
Right.
fun.
To be fair, that is just Ursaluna. in general.
Yeah.
It's not like
You just prep your team with 4 mons. It's fine.
True.
yeah, it's basically hope I can trade. Pretty
Kill,
much.
kill
Yeah.
Slowbro before it teleports.
We can do this
Yeah.
one real quick. Kyle versus Robert. Don't want to spend a ton of time on it. We see young Zebra meat.
Zipa me.
He's
Let
here.
him cook. Come on!
He
No!
cooked. He did
No.
cook. I have to say, he
You
did
were so
cook with the
close.
high horsepower.
After the game, he was like, "I was Terra Ground and I changed it." I'm like, "Fuck me, dude."
Bro, oh my god.
Oh,
That would have been a crazy
no.
turn 1. I would have clicked X, bro. If I got
like that
turn 1 Terra
schmee.
Ground high horsepower bicep strike up. That would have been it for me. And I think Jamal said this when we were watching the game as well. Like, the sets weren't, Robert didn't do a terrible job. I think he just got outpaced completely by Kyle. I think Kyle just did a great job in this
Yeah.
game of basically just overwhelming Robert in every way. He just really couldn't pull anything off, even though some of his sets were pretty interesting. So, sometimes it's just the player difference.
This is the coin new game though. We got Sylveon, Santa on one side, and then we got
Zugoden.
Zugoden on the other side. It's like fuck.
This
man.
Entei is killing it
cool.
with the Sacred Fire burns.
And then you let the Venusaur get low, and it's dancing time, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Ah. Yeah, tough break. And that's pretty much it.
Yeah, Sky Strike.
Also,
Quack
wait,
is
yeah.
pretty
Then there was
brutal.
also the energy ball from the Latios instead of Luster Pudge. And then
Yeah,
pretty sure Luster
I-
Pudge would have just killed.
I think, if I remember correctly, did he not have Luster Purge this game?
He probably did not.
No,
Because
he
oh,
didn't.
yeah,
Yeah,
Fire
yeah.
Energy Ball, probably Draco. Or Dragon
Or
Balls.
Roost, yeah. Something
I think he
like
was
He's
that.
Blue
obsessed
Scarf.
with Dragon Pulse. but-
Oh. I'm sorry, I realized it was regular. I was thinking it was Mecha for some reason.
Not quite.
Another Scarf Mega Lottie.
So true. We can get to the me Taylor game. Bit of a banger, not bad.
Yeah, this one was pretty
this was a
interesting
fun
to
one to
watch
watch.
live. We got some banger Pokemon this game. We got Cloth, Regigigas, and
yeah.
Kafagrigus.
So turn
Maybe
one,
the-
I think Taylor makes a really bad play turn one. His strategy was based on like triple rest and then heal bell on Blissey. But the problem is the Blissey is offensive, and at this point,
Yeah,
when
he
I
took
see,
56 from U-turn. I was like, what the fuck?
so yeah, he was like max special attack, like max SpDef or something weird like that. And I was like, okay, so he's counter. Like he didn't want to invest for it because he wanted me to like have this scenario. Like he wanted to counter me. So I go Kafagrigus expecting either counter or Fire Blast because I'm like, this could also be offensive and like with some weird coverage move. And Kafagrigus could take a hit no matter what and then set up a T-Spike, and at least he did his job at that point, right?
Mhm.
But he is the Fire Blast. He was not counter. He just dies turn one to Ivy Cudgel. I just don't think that's a good play. He defended it saying, oh, I knew you were going to U-turn. That doesn't... I don't know, man. That's a bad play turn one. Like, especially when your whole
I see
team
what
is
he's
revolved around
saying.
Rest.
I see what he's saying because his one Ogerpon switch-in is a Psychic type, so I understand predicting the U-turn personally, but it is pretty essential to his strategy. So I understand why that's a risky turn one play. I can agree with you.
I just wouldn't lead
on
Blissey
that.
then. Like, if that's what you're
Yeah.
afraid of, like, lead the fucking Reflect Latias.
He didn't have a lot for Ogerpon though, so
I
you
can
kind of
agree.
have to play ballsy against it.
Yeah.
Like Primarina is not a cudgel switch.
No. And it's time for AV Regigigas. Also, shout out to the new Psychic Noise animation. Shit's fire.
You were Assault Vest.
Yes, I was.
I see.
But yeah,
This
Regigigas.
Cornatus.
Claw
I hated that name.
But Z Reflect. And he actually let me break out of slow start, I believe, right? Yeah.
Yeah, he did.
So don't get to see that too often. And then we just go for double Iron Bash flinches because Taylor.
Did he tell you why he Thunder Punched on this turn?
Yeah, he explained that it was basically the same thing and had to do with PP as well. So
yeah, I didn't want Ogre Pond to come in, I think, on Bash.
It was like a fine play. I
agreed. He was confused when I said that in the chat, though, because he thought I was being serious, but...
Yeah, I brought a lot of shit for Melmetal because it was... I didn't think necessarily he was going to bring it, but I thought if he did, it was going to be annoying, so I just tried to bring as much as I could for it.
It definitely was annoying for you.
Yeah, and then, of course, lands a Stone Edge, and then...
Never lucky.
Weird scary face.
Epic scary face. I was not ready.
He didn't want me to be able to pivot into Qian Power. This doesn't make any sense. What was I outspeeding? Just fucking Stone Edge. And then he gets to go into this and Heal Bell, and then I figure out the strategy. But I'm like, that turn one makes no sense at that point. He goes Melmetal because he doesn't think I have Superpower at that point. Thought I was Horn Leech or Power Whip, and Superpower. He said it was in his favor to live. I calced it after. It did it was like a 90% chance to kill, so it's just a lie. But max attack Jolly was 92% chance to kill. So I kill a Superpower. And at this point I'm like, I have a shot, but it's really tough. I need to get spikes up and get the fucking Primarina lower for the Champow roll later. And I just didn't have quite enough to do it. So we'll see.
Yeah, this Primarina definitely cooked in the end game with the reflect up. Right. He's exactly what he needed. It was a good setup from Taylor for the end game.
And I needed either a flinch or a crit, and I was unable to get either, and that is the ball game.
Champow's so dumb, man. You still had a 39% or so chance to win that game.
Yeah. Good Pokemon. Yeah, so I'm not too mad about it, honestly. Every time I fight Taylor, I'm like, okay, whatever. It's he's gonna bring out some dumb shit. I want to see more. He's always gonna show his hand. So for me, it's more about, what's the word? It's more about figuring out what his main strategies are, what he struggles with during the game, and then if we have to play with later, beat his ass.
Yeah.
So I'm not too worried about it. It's all right. Nick versus Theo, the FBL Classic. This one sucked.
True.
Koinu, do you have any thoughts?
Oh, I mean, yeah. This was not...
I hated watching this game live. We were halfway through the game, and I was like, I'm so...
Yeah,
I'm so done watching this right now, bro.
Mario getting payload, and then it just gets payload turn one. And then it just dies. Because I also just remember, too, when we were just watching, too, it's we just all said in the call, too, it's this Mawile goes crazy here, and then it just dies.
Dude,
turn
literally,
3.
there's no swapping.
Yeah.
And then why would you not Volt or Willow there? It's so obvious he's not gonna just stay in and take it. And
also, when he's got a Hippo, he's just leaving it in on Thundurus.
This was a bad play as well.
Yeah, he specs Dragapult, and he's just refusing to click moves with it.
Click a move, yeah.
Well, he also let it.
Hmm?
He also let it get Toxic by Aloe. I don't know why the hard swap into Aloe with either Scald or Toxic, and he's already
or knockoff.
Yep.
Booster speed and then immediately doubles out. That's such a dick play. Difference not care at all.
He doesn't even know he had that item.
Yeah,
Jamal made that set.
Gets the rocks up, and I was like, okay, at this point, this is at least doable.
Hard swap, pulled it again.
Yeah, he really hates this fucking Dragapult. Specs just dies. It's okay. We're looking good. What's the Specs pulled swap in, you would ask? Nothing!
Terra Normal and Necrozma.
There's a 30% chance that Nick thought he was going to get the booster speed when he came back.
Why would you gleam? Why would you gleam?
Also, I'm not being...
Gleam?
It was actually Terra Normal Necrozma.
True. But dude, click Wish here and go back to your fucking Dragapult and get him healed up. Instead you gleam for no reason.
I'm ready for the end of this game because I clicked back into the game after it was over, and I saw a certain move on Necrozma that made me very happy.
Well, true, he was the
oh, yeah.
I was trying not to spoil it.
Oh,
man.
my bad. You didn't hear anything.
Oh.
Phantom cannon or photon cannon. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's prismatic laser.
But yeah.
Nick brought the triple toxic.
True.
That's weird.
Nick loves toxic.
Nick is toxic? Question mark. Kick him from the league.
True.
This is also why I hate this Pokemon. I think Screamtail is so dog shit in the hands, and nothing against Theo, but I think Screamtail is one of those Pokemon that if you do not like position your turns correctly every single turn, you're just fodder. And I hate this mon so much.
I really don't know how Theo didn't win this game.
I know Zarude looks so well positioned for this end game, and he just
4%.
man.
Like he even
You know
gets
what
the
helped
box
this
back.
Aloe die was getting hit by Choice Specs Draco Meteor earlier. That
Right.
might have helped out.
Yeah, he took so long and like made such aggressive plays, and yeah, sucks.
Easy prismatic laser though.
Prismatic
True.
laser,
Let me go
yeah.
back.
My goat.
For that one. We gotta
You gotta watch it
He
live.
also hits himself in
Oh
person.
my god.
Yeah, just unfortunate. Not a great showing, but that's the game, and I believe
Maybe
that
the
is
Gen 5
that
game
is it,
team.
except for one man, and his name is Tristan.
Yeah.
Tristan.
Oh,
So
yeah.
going into this
Yeah.
game, what were you thinking?
I was thinking that I had a pretty good matchup into most of his team. As soon as if you start the battle, I see that this Weavile is Terra Ice instead of like any coverage for any of my Pokemon. And I'm like, hell yeah, we could totally make this work. So, I led Florges because I figured it's Weavile or Lopunny in the lead. I just wanted to get some Rocky Helmet damage. He lets his Slowking get cooked by U-turn. When he has Garchomp at the back, and then you'll see later he switches the Garchomp into Genesect and it just dies to Ice Beam.
So did you consider counter at all? That when you clicked U-turn that turn, did that? Even
I did
cross your
not,
mind?
no.
Okay, because that's what we all in the call thought it was at that point. We were all like, it's got to be counter. Like if he just stayed in to take that much. It's
He
like
got me, bro. If he's Toxic Flamethrower counter, then he got me, man. I guess I didn't think about it because that's just not something I considered in the moment.
Mm-hmm.
I
No,
figured he was
I'm
just-
not blaming you as much as like we all were
Yeah.
like, oh yeah, counter, and then hard
This was
chomp
just-
dies.
Garchomp easy
With the
Ice
Delmise
Beam.
out. Yeah.
Genesect ended up doing a lot more this game than I thought it would, even though we'll see many of my Pokemon did not get a chance to do much. Besides
This was
one.
the only play that I think we all were kind of
Yeah, I
confused
heard
why you went
about
Florges
not going
instead of-
slow, bro. On my main thing was Garchomp was dead. Weavile's Terra Ice. I didn't really see what else Florges was going to do this game. I figured all I needed now was positioning for. Lycanroc also really appreciated Garchomp being dead. So it's like I have plenty of offense left to win the game. Like I have a lot of positions to win from. And if I let Slowbro get shipped, there's a chance that it could let Weavile in for free, and then I'm forced to like Mega. I don't know. I just didn't think I needed Florges anymore.
No,
I also thought that turn. I will say, I thought I was going to live the return. I should have known that it was Adamant Lopunny. He has some balls bringing that versus Torn, but yeah, it was Adamant Lopunny. That's why the return ended up killing. I had like a 90%.
And now the
chance
game's
to
over.
win.
Congratulations.
Yeah, here goes our Saluna. We have perfect coverage for this game. I'm not really 100% sure why he brought the Delmise. I didn't think it was a great bring here. He had an Orthworm
I
that
told
he
you
could
to
have
be
brought.
here.
That would have been better. You told me it was going to be here. That doesn't mean it was a good bring.
I just did do it, and then we
Thanks
see
for how overturned.
what the
30%.
fuck?
Max special attack
Inferno
modest, by the
overdrive.
way.
I got no words, bro.
I love this mon. Eats the return, easy recovery.
Harris
And
was
yeah,
saying
it's a
as well,
pretty-
he doesn't feel like he feels like this was probably a better bulkier Saloon rather than Flame Orb. Like you could have went like a more strictly bulk than like the Flame Orb plus bulk up, which I don't fully disagree with. I think like just damage wise, it fucked up his whole team and helped break things like
agree.
Delmise and possibly Orthworm if it came. But yeah, just something for future reference that like this fucker, like we saw like the the triple axle did nothing, returned to 26, like, you know, just take it
Yeah, I
into
know.
that bulk with Terra.
I know he's really fat, but with the Drain Punch hitting a lot of his team and to help me like shore up the burn damage, I appreciated the extra boost that I didn't have to go for +2, because that's a lot more difficult than going for +1. I can still run guts and punish status. I know that, but
Right.
still.
Yeah, no, good win, and that keeps your season alive for sure. You were right back.
Yeah, my first 2 weeks were really close, and then I get a nice 5-0. So I'm down to be negative differential or a positive differential with a negative record.
Yeah, I mean, if I would have told you through 3 weeks where you played Jamal and Harris for 2 of those weeks, you'd be positive differential. I think you'd be like, yeah, sign me up. That's totally fine. So,
Yeah.
Honestly, you're looking good. You got Zai next week. I think you should win that. You got me. That'll be a dog fight, literally dog.
True.
And then you got Theo, Nick. Like honestly, like you have a really tough. You don't even play Kyle, right? Yeah, you dodge Kyle, so get a real shot here to win some games. So if you can get past me, I think there's a shot where you could rattle off a bunch of wins here in a row. So we'll see.
Yeah, I'm feeling good about my season still.
Yeah, and we can go real quick to the leaderboard. We have.
Damn it! Damn you, Theo!
Fraudulent Zarude taking
Absolute fraud. This is the only Pokemon that could have passed me this week was Saru. God damn it.
And Diancie putting in more work, 7-1. Harris will eat his words. My goat.
Yeah.
My goat. Prim has been awesome for Taylor so far, putting in a lot of work for him. Necrosis has been great for James. Or for James. For Nick, no surprise. Yeah, that's pretty much it. The Quavel getting his 4 kills this week to make it on the leaderboard as well. So, yeah, things are looking pretty good. And if we want to look at the schedule real quick for next week, any games that stick out? Kyle Ark, Pickles Nick, Tristan Zai, Theo, Taylor. That's an interesting one.
We already had one game that stand out that was played today.
True.
Jamal Harris.
Person Robert. We will not be watching.
Hey, Person's got to get one game though.
And then we see at the bottom here, these two had an awesome game, which we will cover next week. So.
And then there's also Mystery versus James.
True, and I was just about to say.
Yeah, a couple great games this week.
Old vaunted rivals, Jamal versus Harris, and me versus James. James trying to keep his season alive, me trying to bounce back after the first loss. That'll be a good one. So looking forward to it. I'm coming for that ass, James.
Yeah. On
Jet. Then we move over to D2. Koinu, your domain.
His absolute
Yeah,
dominion.
honestly,
He's
though,
the king.
I did not think that I know my team is like really good, but at least like me being 3-0, like I'm really glad that this season, like at least compared to my last season, I'm glad that this is at least a good start.
If we're being honest, it's because of the YouTube channel. Go check out Koinu.
True.
Go subscribe. Watch all his videos. That's the reason he's winning. It's because he's
will be in the
uploading every
description
week.
below, so make sure you check him out. Did Monster and Max not play yet? What's going on here?
They scheduled late, and I think they're confused or something because they scheduled for Saturday of this week.
Bruh.
All right.
They're this week, right? Wait.
They didn't schedule their week last week.
What the fuck?
How do we not see this?
Bro.
Oh my God.
Okay, well, technically there's 2 undefeated teams, or 3 undefeated teams, but really only 2 that are, real. Which, of course, Koinu, the GOAT, and Valens, also the GOAT, coming in at 3-0 plus 9.
You know, honestly, though, I would say, though, too, something I think that would be really awesome is that if Valens and I both end up staying undefeated the whole season, because the 2 of us also fight week 11. So if both of us can stay undefeated until that week 11, that'd be pretty awesome.
Also, now that I finally got an episode of the pod where I'm on, I have to say, shout out to Arthur for the team name. I love BBL Drizziles. I hate this Pokemon, but this is funny as fuck.
That is a pretty good one.
Drizzio's #1 fan.
We love Drake Strays.
Yeah, so we can talk. They say, "Oh, we actually extended." Well, you didn't fucking ask for an extension.
Yeah.
Anyway, we can talk about Spice, who is taking over for Rose. Rose dropped out because of some personal stuff, but Obviously, we'd love to have them back in the future, but FBL legend James, fucking go on mute if you're typing.
Fuck you.
FBL legend Spice coming back. And,
I'm super excited for Spice.
Coming in with the Rain squad. So
Out of nowhere.
Tristan.
Exactly.
obviously.
We got King Gambit and a little Swapper Pelipper
And
action. This is
Minun.
cool.
Let's
Plus,
go,
we got
Minun.
like so many aspects of this team going on. This shit is
team
crazy.
really-
We got
this
like
team is
Raging
awesome.
Bolt with Terra is just a good mon by itself. It also is going to get access to Thunder when the rain's up. We got Halucha Rillaboom, this nice little speed core. I'm not the biggest fan of Halucha, but it's undeniably, a strong Pokemon if he uses it right. Plus, you got to go into every week worrying about rain and then also terrain at the same time, which can be pretty annoying. And then this like wild card Deoxys speed too, where like if it's like Bolt speed, or like you can kind of like pick one for your matchup that's going to be like your trump card, and then the rest of your team kind of plays itself. So I don't know, I really like it. It's a little weak defensively, but other than that, I think it's pretty like cool to look at it.
Yeah, no, I agree that like the defense is like. Pelipper.
It's Pheasantipity.
Pelipper, Pheasantipity are holding down the fort. But like
King Gambit is max defense every week.
I don't
Stealth
hate
rock.
that though, because it's Rain that plays itself. So like you're being very offensive on purpose, and I don't hate that.
yeah, I like this team overall. It like looks fun. So
Yeah, this team looks really, really cool.
and then random Marowak Alola, which
Yeah.
is only 5 points, so it's not like 9 like it used to be. Where it'd be way too
Yeah.
overpriced. So I like.
Yeah, that shit don't
five.
fit on this team, but you know what? If he wants to use it,
He wanted a
Go
fire
ahead.
type, and I was like, you know what? I guess I won't try to persuade.
maybe
you
the one
out.
team where you don't need a fire type, but you know what? We'll take it.
Yeah, but fun stuff. I'm looking forward to seeing what Spice does. That's the goat right there. Love Spice. But yeah, we can hop right into Arthur BBL Dressels picking up a win this week versus Ava. In also look how blue his team is.
Yeah, look, fucking blue
Yeah.
offense over here.
Yeah.
Cloudslayer should have been shiny.
Thunderous, Chien-Pao, Azumarill,
Turn
Latios,
one
this
tries
is
to
blue
make just
offense.
the ultra aggressive play, bro. Like
Insanely
y'all
aggressive.
are not
What
mystery
the hell
CD.
was
I'm
that?
sorry.
This is
you
not.
are not
This is just
me.
not how you play Pokemon.
People want to be me so bad. I'm sorry. It ain't happening, bro. You
All
gotta
right, man, sit
learn.
down.
Look. All right, I was the king of the aggressive play. Jamal even said the same thing. He was like, "Look, they all trying to be you." I'm like, You're right. They are. I don't know. I get Ava wants to be aggressive, but yeah, that felt like such a reach of a play. And then
Yeah, in that early game, I agree. Especially like, don't you just go for the punish? It's not like the Thundy is going to be able to outspeed you when it comes in, unless it's Scarf.
right.
So, and that's what's coming in. It's that or Clodsire. You don't care if Clodsire comes in. So, you can just U-turn. You can switch out. You can do a million things. You can taunt it.
I like when these Zermal swap in his Iron Bundle. My guy Santa.
This spawn is like a little underrated if it's on the right team. It's kind of annoying, honestly.
Zermal?
Yeah,
Yeah, he's all right. A little awkward.
I'm glad we get to see him at least. We never usually get to see him, so.
Also, really unfortunate crash miss on the Tinkaton.
Yeah, on the tank, yeah.
Really took away. It like in the future, there's an interaction between them where it would have just gotten the kill. But yeah, this was just such a like kill or be killed type of matchup over and over again.
Absolutely, we have Latios, Chien-Pao, 2 Thunderous, a Mega Metacham, an Iron Bundle. Everyone's dying left and right.
And then the fucking back and forth here, we got the Terra Psychic.
Terra Psychic.
Gotta have the mini counter, man.
Absolutely.
Also, I apologize if you guys can hear Cheeseball because he's
I don't.
He's crying for attention right now.
Everyone that cares about this video wants to hear Cheeseball.
That's
True.
true. They want to hear his voice, and Ice
The
Shark
goat.
cleans it up.
The
So,
Ice Shard,
Ice Shard
absolute
clean up,
clean.
yeah.
Very close game.
Shout out to Arthur. Pretty good win.
Yeah,
not
that was a
perfect,
good win. Chien-Pao had 10 kills.
Did what he needed to do.
Blue versus Iron Man, and a bit of a not really loser leaves town quite yet, but it's inching that way. We see young Obstagoon, Tristan. Time for you to pull
Terra
out.
Obstagoon? Yes, sir.
versus Megania, Koinu. Your go.
Yeah,
How you
Magini.
feeling?
Honestly, though, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know why Meganium was here. I see a Sneasel and a Moltres.
Yeah, is this Meganium's third game?
Yeah, because like I at least just see a Sneasel and a Moltres. I'm like, I love Meganium. I will always support this Pokemon, but why is he here?
He is
This
at
is
a
not his
fair
battle.
board.
Yeah, right? Like, there's literally, like, what the fuck what are you asking
And a
Meganium to
Ferrothorn
do here,
too.
man?
Like,
And
You're
he
asking
still
him to
puts
knock
in
off
work.
this Moltres and get burned.
He's still putting in the finest.
let's go.
All you need is that knockoff, man.
True.
That's what you gotta do.
Young
That's what you gotta
13%
do.
from the pain split.
You love to see it.
Come on, Game Freak. Please give us Mega Meganium.
Give
Make
us
him
Recover
better.
Rotom.
Please.
Give us Recover Rotom. Who's
True.
with me?
All right, man.
That'd actually be kind
What?
of weird, though.
Well, you want Rotom to be like 20 points?
No, he'd be fine.
It's all right.
Just let me have this. All right.
I won't
need
be
this.
fine.
I will.
You don't
Oh,
need. This is like one of the best Pokemon of all time.
No.
Chill out.
Young
Mr.
obstacle.
Over
is
here.
in.
Yeah.
He gets the kill.
Easy knocking off the Shuka Berry for that.
Yeah, I
Crazy low kick. Crazy, insane low kick.
low kick.
What are we doing?
This whole game was just like, what the fuck is happening right now? Unfortunately, it's time for Meganium to take a good rest. Honestly, considering matchup, he did all he could. This is not on Meganium. Gets the para, dodges
Yeah, and
Willow.
then
It's
the
like, well,
Crazy
okay.
Willow
yeah.
miss. Unfortunate. At that point,
Unlucky.
Yeah.
what are we supposed to do?
Gets the kill. Gets the
Okie
kill.
doke's already taking damage, and then Weavile does what maybe something I should have done earlier, but you know.
Just unfortunate.
43 is staying within defense boost. We lost him.
Of course, you gotta hype up the Weavile. What's new?
What's
We're
new?
gonna go over Blue's transactions.
Yeah, he made
Oh,
a
we
bunch
didn't even
of
do
changes.
D1 Okay, we'll do it all at the end. It's fine. I forgot about the
Okay,
D1
okay.
transactions. But yeah,
Well.
we can move on real quick to Glimpse, who is now 0-3 after a loss to ours truly, Koinu. So Koinu, what were your thoughts?
Man. Yeah, dude, Greninja was so fucking terrifying this game. Yeah, honestly though, can you pause it really
Sure,
quick?
sure.
That turn one, I was at these kind of thinking about. I'm like, what if I just click? Because I was thinking, thought about because Victini here was also Scarf Final Gambit to help with the Heatran, but like I thought about clicking it there, but I saw the call code, so I'm like, I was thinking that I'm like, is the call code here for Victini then? So then that's why I clicked U-turn then. Cause I'm like, I didn't want to just waste a Pine game by that call code of all things. So I'm like, yeah, I would just.
Please rename
Yeah.
this Nino Queen.
Base nickname,
No.
by the way.
No.
But also, yeah, at least looking at this team though too, I also ended up asking James help for building, and like he at least suggested the Nido Queen, and like I'm really glad I did bring the Nido Queen here because it was really, really good here.
Yeah, and then
then-
dodge the gunk.
Yeah, I was thinking he was probably gonna click gunk shot there. I'm like, I thought about going Sizzle. I'm like, I kind of want, but like I didn't want to risk the Hydro, just him just using Hydro on the Sizzle. And like I didn't want Sizzle to take a lot of trip like that. So I'm like, the put him was kind of my only answer. I'm like,
And then
And
he
then-
dodged the air
and I
slash,
dodged
and it's
those.
like, man,
Yeah.
just all the hacks in the world. Of course, Life Orb, Nido Queen, the James Classic, have to have it.
Wow, one of the three items Nido Queen runs.
I'm just the max HP, max special attack, Life Orb.
It's not max HP, it's speed. Fuck
there
you.
Go. There you go. Dodges the Seed Flare. It's like,
Yeah.
man.
yeah,
We're
that
cover
definitely
cloak.
did
We're cover
start.
cloak.
And dodges the air
Oh
sled.
yeah, I will say too. I thought about just clicking Bleakwind, but I also did lower the
Were you
U-turn there,
covert cloak?
so- I was covert cloak though. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Covert Cloak really makes Shaman so much more manageable. We could have had this probably
Yeah.
since the start of Gen 9, but we have it now, so it's fine.
This is the scariest part.
No,
Yeah,
yeah.
this Heatran was
weird.
looking a little
yeah,
scary.
it was Ghost Tail, and yeah. So like I went into Ogerpon because I'm like because it at least does a lot of damage to it, and like yeah. And it's like I at least have the crit chance with Tail as well, and then he burned, and I'm like I'll just knock, and then I knocked off to just get rid of leftovers recovery,
Oh, Hydreigon.
and then
Okay. Gosh.
I have to say, I'm glad you drafted this Ogre Pond Koinu. I thought about it because I got sniped a couple times during the draft, but I'm glad somebody got to use it because it's been really cool watching
That still
you
did so
fuck
much.
everybody
Yeah.
up with it. Yeah, right. 37 through burn is crazy.
I'm gonna be real though. I don't know why I at least went scissor wave because like even in prep though too though, I literally
I told
also
him not to.
yeah, like I literally said during prep, I'm like, this team's gonna have flamethrower. I'm like, I know it will, and it's like, it's also like I just go Nido Queen anyway. It's like on Clefable. It's like I don't know why.
We literally had
Like,
a 20-minute conversation about
Yeah.
you never need to go scissor on
Yeah.
Prep, you just go Nido Queen.
Yeah, you
Nido
just go
Queen's job
Nido
is
Queen.
to set
Yeah, it's
rocks
like I could have
and
just
die.
had five. I could have just had a 5-0. And it's like, because that's when Nido Queen just straight up won the game though. Anyway, I'm like, I just go Nido Queen.
Yeah,
after
one
prep.
from there. So unfortunately, catching a stray, but
Yeah.
Oh man.
We
get
don't
this
wanna
off my
watch
screen.
this.
Get this off my
I-
screen. I'm not watching this. I'm not watching this. I refuse.
We can't.
The only,
like
the
I
best thing
can't,
about
like-
this game is that it let me find out that Orthworm got his animated sprite in the game. That's the best part about this game.
He has never looked more like a penis.
Omar with
He's so funny.
the bug offense.
I look.
I hate-
have to.
I hate
play.
both
I'm
of these
sorry.
teams.
I'm sorry. Look. The
I'm
grass.
gonna riot.
Yan
Brought
Mega.
the
I'm gonna riot.
worst Yan Mega possible, and then
I
clicked
also-
every wrong move.
Dude.
Can I rant about something real quick
Sure.
before you guys
Yeah.
go?
Yeah.
Omar, you need to listen. If you need help with Mega Glade, like I know I'm 0-3 right now and I have Mega Glade, but if you need one person to help you with Glade, please fucking God DM me because I'm tired of watching you press random coverage moves on Pokemon coming in. Please God, please just press your stabs or I'm gonna freak the fuck out. Like I am.
What the fuck did he have? Earthquake.
Why
bro?
the fuck did he press Earthquake? What his steel type is Empoleon. Why
Omar
would
about to
he
say it.
Earthquake?
Yeah,
got
like,
the
I
Chocolate
believe-
Berry.
I believe
Please let me
that
look. I wanna
he
look
did
at the
have
team.
Earthquake because at least
I don't care that Pecharunt's there. It's bouncing off.
It was also
If you're
Gouging
SD,
Fire.
I don't care, dude. It's Terra Pecharunt.
Do you see
I don't give a
Pecharunt
fuck.
on? Do you see what?
Also,
is the
I bet
Pecharunt in the
you
room with
CC does
us?
more. I bet you CC does more. I don't, dude. It's also Terra Pecharunt, so I really genuinely don't understand the fucking Earthquake being there.
I also would like to say at least one thing at least with Pyrobyte's team. I'm like, I at least opened up the battle and I'm like, why do I see Mega Bayonet over Gouging Fire? I'm like, bro.
Yeah, I forgot Gouging Fire didn't come to this game.
To be fair, he does have a Landorus and Tapu Fini, but
Dude, but here's the thing: the Lando is so like. So if we look at his
It's
team,
so essential.
he didn't bring Pecharunt or Gouging Fire, right? So Lando can be used to swap into Banette, right? Like, I mean, I know he doesn't have much of a ground resist. It's basically just fucking Ogerpon, but at least like don't swap in.
what else is Lando doing?
Banette
here?
doesn't get any coverage. Do not give him the one opportunity he has to use his coverage. It's Gunk Shot. Don't go in the Feedy. Like go into Earthworm or go into Lando. Like you can't go and then just stay in and let it die. And then now look at the fucking Darm swap-ins. Like you said, Lando was essential. Feeny was a must-have this game. You have to have it.
Feeny
You
was
will
definitely
lose
a
the
must-have,
fucking
yeah.
Darm.
Guys, I agree with Mystery. I mean, pause the game really quick. Just at the point, or go back to that turn. Go back to that turn with Bayonet.
Yeah, can we watch the
coming out.
age?
But in that turn, like, look at exactly what Mystery's saying. You see that the Gouging Fire's not there. You see that the Lando Eye's not there. What is Lando doing here? Like, what is your, like, what are you swapping Lando in on? I know that it was Spadef, so maybe you can
Banette,
swap it
Banette.
mutually in. But exactly, like, you have to use it here. Like, you have Earthworm. You have, like, fitting is so essential here. I don't understand the swap.
And then the
there.
H's.
Easy age.
And yeah, I also know that he was Earth Power Lando heal, but it's also because of Gouging Fire though. And it's like it's really just a shame them too, because it's like if the Lando was Earthquake, it would be also like kind of also insane heal. But like,
In this turn,
I do
he
understand
doesn't-
why
also-
he went Earth Power though. 'cause
This
of
is
that.
this
It
is
just did way
taunt
more
Lando.
Gouging.
This is taunt Lando. I absolutely hate this U-turn play because the one Pokemon that can really come in on you, besides Ogerpon, which again I don't think he wants to do because that literally can lose him the fucking game, is Umbreon. All right, the other three don't want to take. He's locked into Flare Blitz. He's at 10%, and this is a fucking Empoleon. All right,
Yeah.
go in. He's got to go into fucking Umbreon, right? Instead, he does go fucking Empoleon. But if he goes Umbreon, you can Earthquake and then you can taunt him, and you're doing just
Exactly.
fine. So,
And Pyro's already up, so it's like he's not gonna just throw his Ogerpon at
and
you.
then presses Earthquake again here.
dude,
I-
like, what
I
are
don't
you
get it.
earthquaking? What are you earthquaking?
He says he didn't want he didn't want the CC, like the defense lowering, but at that point I don't think you ever make that play. Like
Exactly.
you just swap
And
and you
just
bring the way back in.
terrible ass taunt. Just so bad. Just so bad.
Brutal to watch.
And,
He does get the U-turn on the Ogre Farm.
and that's it. So really, these are the type of games that, like, Omar's peak, right? If we're looking at just whose peak is the highest of D2, who's the lowest, Omar's peak is the highest peak to me of any D2 player.
I think he's the best D2 coach. if
Yeah,
he's
I
playing at his
agree.
best.
Yeah.
But
Nothing against Koinu, but I think
No, yeah, I
think Omar's
agree
the
though.
best.
Yeah. I agree.
I
with
also
that.
don't like
there's
his
these
team.
games like this where you just can't defend this. Like that's a bad game. He should not have won. He should have honestly won that, and he should not have lost 4-0. Like that's just inexcusable. It can't happen. It just can't happen. Especially to Pyrobite of all people. With all due respect, one of the worst coaches in the league. Like you can't let it happen. You just can't. It's frustrating. Really, really frustrated.
Is Omar actually the Dallas Cowboys? This just in.
Damn. Crazy hating. We could watch Sky versus Rose. Rose's last stand. It was not a good
here
stand,
it is.
but it was a
I
stand.
was gonna say.
Sky getting, I believe, her first win in the season, so shout out to her.
Zapdos going crazy.
Yep.
Yeah, I
Easy.
would say though, I
Hurricane
also do
after
like the
hurricane.
Lopunny just staying not mega evolved, at least like being nimble for the static on Zapdos.
Yeah, it was interesting.
So that it doesn't. So it's like that's at least kind of cool. I think that's funny.
Definitely have seen worse plays. I've seen people mega and then fake out and do slightly more and get paralyzed. So,
Yeah.
you know, can't complain, I guess. Don't love
Curse
Curse Aggron in the Slow King matchup. Gonna be completely honest. And it doesn't really work out.
And we can see, because
Yeah.
of Slow King.
And then the Mighty Cleaver decides to win,
Absolutely cleaning up
Yeah.
that game with
so-
no respect.
Rose is no longer with us. So
Yeah, Iron
that's-
Boulder also killed Rose. We had to get a new replacement coach.
And then Steph versus Valens, I believe, is the last one of the week.
Oh yeah.
Skuntank's here.
Skuntank is here, and he is
Temple
Yes!
killing
Yes!
Scizor in one hit with Temper Flare. Let's go.
Micah.
That was 140 base power Temper Flare too.
Yeah. Oh
Dies
yeah,
through
because
both
the
though.
gung shot. For
Yeah, this is a brutal
Illumise
couple
back
of
for
turns
more.
here. Back for
Oh,
more.
man.
Bro's name is Booty Eater.
Pink Panther.
Hello, Slowbro.
You know, that's how you know that Steph didn't make this team. Is that someone made this shit for him. No way he's naming Slow... Wait, oh, never mind. This fucker had Slow Bro. But regardless, Pig Panther, there's no way he's naming these Pokemon. Or, like, coining
Nah,
the fucking Ogre
I think he did.
Quaxcellent, you think so?
Yeah,
I don't know, man. I don't know.
just got names. Listen, even if he didn't
Smear
make the
Slammer.
team, he named these mons.
Sure, pal.
Surely.
Surely, had to.
Had to have. It's
Acrobatic
necessary.
Celesteela.
Acro going
Skuntank.
crazy.
Skuntank, keep
on the
fighting!
knockout. No, the
Let's
crit.
go.
Did it
No,
even matter?
not let's go.
W
Yes, it
Ogre.
matters.
Let's go, W Ogre.
Come on, Mew. And dies to fucking Illumise.
Illumise again. He is
But,
fighting for that leaderboard.
Yeah, that's it for this week. We're gonna go back to D1
Oh,
transactions.
what about the leaderboard for D2? Then? Oh, we can go back.
Fine.
No, we can
no,
go back.
no. We'll do it in the same order. You're right. Chimpao first to hit double digit kills.
Good thing at least with D2 though. I mean, we finally have some Taylor captains on the board now.
True. And two Z captains. Quack making it in for the second straight, division.
Darn.
Iron Bundle
Fraud
chilling
Dome.
up here. Young Sneasler getting a bunch of kills for Iron Man's first win. And then, Fraud Darm at the bottom there, along with Fraudestila.
This
Nido Queen
undefeated
4-0
Slowking.
though. Look at you,
Yeah.
Koinu.
Yeah.
Yeah, Nido Queen was definitely huge in that match.
Got two guys on the board.
Also, because his old power swap into Nido Queen wasn't really
It was Don
the
fan.
greatest. Yeah.
But,
Yeah, that took 70.
James, would you like to pull up the transactions for D1?
Yes, sir. Transactions for D1. probably shouldn't be in scheduling. It's probably not where I'd find that.
No, I would go to the transactions chat. That would be where I personally.
Wow.
Wow.
Okay, so our first one is Archangel, who dropped
Alright.
Kurim and Type Null for Terra Salamence and Dunsparce. Changed the Terra from Boulder to Salamence.
So, I did help a little bit with these transactions. The idea is that he needs offense so badly. Boulder, he was using as a defensive Terra with SD and fucking Taunt every week. And so limiting the already limited options for offense, it was nothing. It was basically like Kirim, please win. And as we saw, it was Scarf and could not win. So, to me, what this does is it gives him Terra Mence, where he can now run the defensive Terra on this thing if he wants to, and still be DD, and get the speed boost from it. Because that was the other thing, is the Boulder relied on Electric Terrain for speed, whereas this thing obviously can, boost up its own. And still be really, really strong, still has Intimidate and Moxie, so it gives him a lot of just raw power. And then Boulder, now that it's not the Terra Captain, needs to be more focused on being Bandit, being just SD Life Orb, just like fuck shit up, that's your whole goal, and let Mence win. So I don't think it's perfect. There's definitely options we talked about for potential future transactions, but as a just like one time, like something has to be done if you're gonna have any chance. I did like it, but I want to hear what you guys have to say.
I like it a lot better. Go ahead.
I like that both of the Electric Terrain, like sweeper Pokemon, you could say, are not Terra Captains now. I like that there's an option outside of Terrain for Terra, so that Coco is not like helping to dictate all of your win cons. And yeah, I completely agree that Boulder is going to be able to focus more on that mid-game punching potential, especially because I feel like Ark's team does a pretty good job at punishing the types that Boulder's not very good against, especially like steel types, especially if they have like a resist berry. They can punish non-Terra Boulder pretty bad. He's got Buzzwole, he's got Tinglu, he's got Moltres, he's got options for steel. So I think this is going to work out a lot better. And plus Terra Mence is just a demon. He can just win games. So
sorry if you guys heard that banging. I don't know if it picked up in the mic or
It did not, thank God.
Okay. I got ramen out of it, so we're good.
But
all right.
Yeah, what are your thoughts, James?
I put ramen in my mouth. Give me a second.
all right.
I like this a lot. I like how the DD options now on the team are. I like Kurim. Kurim's great mon. I just didn't think it fit well on the team originally. I think it was kind of like a weird fit, and it was also one of those like more skilled setup mons where. Unfortunately, with Arc, I think he needs to get back into the point of being a little bit more straightforward, getting back in the flow. Because Kurim, especially on this team, really wants to run bulky like constantly, right? So, being able to Terra Mence and be a bulky setup mon, and then also can just be offensive with just like doing stuff like that, I think is really cool. And then I really, really love the utility of his defense. I can't talk. I'm sorry. His defense is super reliant on Tinglu and Buzzwole, and I think giving Salamence in there to really help with Intimidate and pivot around it helps initiate other offenses as well. So I like that a lot. Gives him another remover so that Blastoise doesn't have to come constantly. Just cool stuff with it. I like it a lot because Mence is running boots like 98% of the time, even on its setup options. So I like it. I think it's a cool utility, and I completely agree with Mystery. If like he really needs to too, like fuck the bullshit, man. If you need to break for like Coco or Boulder to win late game, just put a fucking band on this thing and just go fucking like Terra Dragon Outrage or something and just go to town.
Right. I just think it opens up the offense so much for him.
Mm-hmm. So I like it a lot. Also a Terra user with Terra Blast actually, so that's fun. It gets Terra Blast, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So a Terra Captain with Terra Blast is nice because Boulder couldn't do it. So actually having coverage for stuff, I feel like makes a big difference on the team as well. So yeah, pretty cool. I like it.
Quinn, do you have any thoughts?
I think it's also kind of like cool though too, because I think you could, even if you wanted to, like if the special offense isn't as high. You could even go like special men's with Taylor, and I think that could kind of be a little funny.
Best men's, Mike men's.
But also, maybe I also shouldn't be the one saying stuff about special men's, because the one time I did use it, it missed like every single move in their game.
Was that the Ava game?
Yeah,
I remember that. Yeah.
And so maybe I shouldn't hype up special men's, because when I did use it, it missed everything. So
it just can't be you doing it.
Yeah, it just can't be me. Yeah, you can do it off. Yeah.
But yeah, no, I still think like more changes can be made in the future. I don't want to name stuff specifically because there's like a mega that definitely would make sense for this team if he doesn't like what's going on. So, you know, he could drop Absol, sadly, for like a 1-pointer if need be too. Like he has extra points, you know, he can make stuff work. So I'm looking forward to it. I think, you know, he'll probably lose to Kyle, but you know, after that person's eye, those are 2 winnable games. So he has a chance to come out of this like 3-3. So yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, I would say too. I do think it's like you were talking about a mega too, and it's like I think a mega that low key actually kind of looks really cool on this team. I know he already has a ground type, but like Mega Garchomp could also be kind of cool with this team.
I hadn't thought about that.
So like that could be kind of neat, but I mean it obviously be instead of Taylor Mence though, so it's also like.
What'd you say? I'm sorry, I missed it.
Like Mega Garchomp could be kind of like, I know he already has a ground with Team New, but like Mega Chomp at least just even if you have Team New, like
yeah, I didn't want to say it, but Zardex is definitely the one that made a lot of sense to me.
Actually, that actually makes a lot more sense.
Because Coco and Zard are awesome, you know, together. So, but regardless, I do agree that there's options out there. So, James, what do we have after that?
All right, I have to do some digging with it. So we have Kyle, who dropped Terra Entei, Sinistra, Sableye, Piloswine, and Zugoated. And he picked up Terra Pecharunt, Cinderace, Eldegoss, Bombardier, and Ariados.
The only thing I will say, Crobat being dropped, and then also Pecharunt being taken, this is my 9/11.
Now, I will say, I know we are not Pecharunt fans here in this league, but Jamal made a good point, is that Kyle doesn't usually, you know, especially because he dropped a lot of Pokemon that were doing pretty well for him, especially like the Sableye and the Crobat. He was honestly getting a lot of value out of them. So I think, and I agree with him when he says that Kyle must have seen this Mon do something crazy if he's picking it up with Terra out of nowhere. So expect that he has some plans for it, even if it's a mid-mon in our minds. I think he probably knows what he's doing. So,
yeah, I've never known Kyle to be someone to just make transactions for the sake of doing it. Like he typically, he's in a million leagues. He probably saw it do something. But yeah, I mean, I'm like fine with the change. It doesn't really. Like, I'm not really moved for, you know, one way or the other. Cinderace is cool, I guess. Pecharunt is, like, fine. I don't hate him as much as everyone else does, but I don't like him. And the rest of it's, like, whatever. So, I think he probably...
He's undefeated, too, so...
Yeah, right. His depth is, like, worse, but it's not the end of the world, so... Yeah, James, unless you have any comments, I think we can keep her moving.
I'm good. It's a Kyle team.
Fair enough. All right, what do we got?
I clicked off. Give me a second. And then we have Harris reclaiming the orphanage. Dropping Terra Ogerpon, sadly. Klinklang, Driftbloom, and Clefairy.
Finally paid off his child support.
Terra Sinistra, Electros, Terra Beartic, and Primal Groudon. And he changed the Terra from Golurk to Beartic and added Z to Golurk.
Dude, look at the top 6 versus the bottom 5. This is terrorism at its finest.
I see Terra Sinistra is a mon that like people love. I'm kind of in the middle. It's like I think he's kind of bulky and annoying, but if you don't ignore him in prep, you should be okay. But it is a mon that people can struggle with, so I'm interested to see how it does. Electros is such an un-Harris mon to me, though. Like, this seems like the complete anti-Harris Pokemon of, like, you know, it runs, like, kind of one set. It's not really that bulky. It's not, you know, it's kind of, like, very one note. I I don't know if it's just me, but this feels like if I were to like make it in a lab, like what Pokemon do people like in draft that Harris would think is awful? I would have probably picked Electros, but I don't know.
Agree.
But
yeah, leave it to Harris to, draft his top 6 and have Beartick and Golurk.
Right. He's just obsessed with having bad ground types on these type of teams. I don't get it. I feel like ground's like the second most important type to me in drafts. So like I don't know, man. Whatever. Hey, at the end of the day, it's Harris. He'll probably be okay as long as he doesn't.
I mean,
play
to be fair,
Pickles.
if you have Slowking, Galar, and Terapagos, I mean, you don't need a whole lot more defensively.
But yeah, that's on the Coinulus. Do you have any thoughts?
Ogerpon being dropped. I'm in shambles.
Tough week for you. Petron getting picked up.
Yeah.
Ogerpon getting dropped. Zoogoda getting dropped. Tough week.
Not the best week for trades.
We're here if you need to talk, man.
But we had some groundbreaking moves from your man Truly, Mystery, dropping Regigigas, no, and Girder for Sock and Greedent. But he, in order to free up some points, he moved Terra to Mr. Shocks and Z to Cofagrigus.
I love Sock.
We had to bring back the old.
He's 120 attack.
Honestly, for 3 points, I was like looking for a fighting type, and I'm like, you know what? Sock's not bad for 3 points.
He's cool too. He's got like weird, like almost depth because he's a fighting type with sturdy, which is like no Pokemon, and he can run boots and kind of do some funny stuff with it. I think he's cool. I don't know.
I've always liked Sock. Like even before we had met, but like before I knew like how much you like Sock, like I had always liked him in other leagues. I had him in.
Sock won me my Choice Scarf Sock won me my first ever draft league game in 2017. So
yeah, he's cool in red.
What does he get in red?
He gets Contrary.
Bruh, what the fuck? Okay,
wow,
that's really cool. Anyway, yeah, so that game versus Taylor kind of told me one thing, which is I know Ogerpon wants to be the Terra a majority of the time. However, this was a week where Z Shocks would have absolutely 6-0'd his ass with ease. Terra Shocks would have 6-0'd with ease. And I didn't exactly need Ogerpon to be the Terra. Like this would have been such a great I can just set spikes and be annoying and do whatever, and then let Shocks be the fucking, let him run the show. And he's putting up shots, and that's fine. Like I originally when I drafted the team, I was like, Ogerpon's gonna Terra always. I don't need to do Terra Shocks. It's fine. But this week kind of confirmed me. Like I just want to have the option. I think it's smart. I think Electric Ground plus whatever coverage, mostly Ice, is really fucking annoying to swap into. So. Yeah, I was pretty fine using the transaction ticket. I've been known to make trades near the transaction deadline with people anyway to save myself from having to use one. So, at worst, I know I can do what I got to do later on and have someone else help me out. So, I like the team though. I think the top 6 super broken, and I like the depth. I think like there's a lot of options on the team.
I don't like Aromatisse, but that's it.
I don't like Aromatisse either, but for 5 points, I just need a fairy. I mean,
I get it. You got to do what you got to do.
Yeah,
with this mon dog shit.
I agree. I think he sucks. Trust me.
He does get Gyro Ball for making
the only thing I hate about
hers.
looking, and I'm not saying that I hate the mon, but I genuinely hate seeing fucking Skuntank be your 7th best Pokemon. Or not Skuntank, sorry, Cofagrigus.
Oh, okay. Look, I agree, but I think that's at the cost of like the depth being pretty good. Like,
stop hating. I love Cofagrigus.
You can love Cofagrigus. It's fine, but being the 7th best mon on the it's like the Harris form where you see the first 6 Pokemon, you're like, wow, this is awesome, and then you have the Orphanage down here.
No,
this is not as Orphanage as Harris' team. This is not Harris' team, bro. This is not Golurk.
Ground type Golurk, meat fairy type Aromatisse.
Come on, bro.
Golurk's son or Aromatisse daughter.
At least Aromatisse gets a. At least Aromatisse gets a support move.
like and again, I'm not asking Aromatisse to be here all the time. Like I'm known for drafting
No, it's
like
fine,
offensive
man.
fairies or
I
low tier
have
fairies,
to
so.
I have to make fun of it. Okay.
Yeah,
It's
no, I
just
get
funny.
it. I get it. And like I really do want to give Koff Rodriguez like a real try. Like Tristan wanted me to draft this thing a long time ago, and I could never figure out a team to put him on. And this felt like a really good team. Where like I'm not like. He needed a team where like the top was really good and the depth was also really good. So like he was never going to be relied on.
I will say, in all seriousness, I do love
When you put it that way.
having the Terra as well. Since Ogerpon is locked into a Terra, I love the defensive utility that having at least an option for a defensive Terra Shocks gives you.
Yeah. And I just think that like Terra Shocks is broken as fuck. Like I think he's really, really good. Mr. Shocks is my goat. So I'm looking forward to seeing how he does. And I think this team's got a shot. So we shall see.
Middle sound throat spray.
Are we back?
Oh.
We're so bad.
Is there
It's
any
time.
other transactions for the week?
Yes, one more for
Yeah.
D1. It was a big D1 one. Taylor dropped his bottom 4 of Mega Abomasnow, Terra Cloth. He got rid of him. Pikachu Cosplay and Volbeat for Overquill, Terra Toadscroll, Mega Ampharos, and Misdreavus.
Now, did someone say Volbeat is gone? We're just
Most
so
meaning-
back. We're
Most
so back.
meaningless all of the lights of all time.
We're so back.
You mean
We're
the
so
most
fucking
Three-point
back.
bug is gone.
Nobody cares, bro.
Fuck Volbeat. Anyway, and he picked up
And then-
Overcooled. Sorry.
He
yeah.
dropped Volbeat for the fucking terrorist squad of Overquill, Toadscroll, Misdreavus. Thought it was cool.
And then
You
Mega
can say it.
Ampharos. I don't.
You're not gonna mention Mega Emperor.
Dude, I told him to pick up Abomasnow, like regular Abomasnow instead of, Mega and then whatever. But it would have been regular Abomasnow instead of Toadscroll. Why the fuck is Toadscroll here, dude? Like this thing sucks ass, and you already have a ground.
I don't. Yeah, I mean, he did make it Terra, and I don't think it's like the worst thing in the world because he can do some. He likes to do like weird stuff with like sleep powder, and he does get another remover out of it. So it's not like the worst thing in the world, especially since he already has screens. So
He actually
kind of
gets
whatever,
more.
my fault.
I just don't like Toadscroll. I think it's a bad Pokemon.
It is, but I see what he was looking at.
I think he should have picked up Abomasnow, but I think he can do worse than Toadspool, personally. Especially with Terra, I think it's like usable.
I'm really interested to see how he uses Ampharos though, because like that's such a he got the absolute most. Like no one fucking squeezed the towel drier on Mega Manectric than Taylor. So I want to see how he uses Ampharos and gets the absolute most out of him, because like this is always a mon that's like interesting on paper. Like, oh, he's pretty bulky, he's really strong, good ability. It's like should be pretty good, but like he's really awkward. So I just want to see what he does.
Yeah. My thing with Ampharos is that it feels like it can never hit the numbers. Like, it is almost usable, and then it's just like, it'll do, it is the most, like, do like 80% of something and die Pokemon.
As a Mega Ampharos user in NCL, Tristan is unfortunately correct.
You
It is
used
the
it for
most-
1 week.
Yeah, but I used it.
Alright.
I like it. He's cool. I think what was funny when Taylor picked it up is like even when that 1 week that I brought it, it was like a cool Cotton Guard set, and I was like super cool with Mold Breaker, and I was like super excited, and then I ended up just having to sack it. Shout out to Hunter.
My goat.
But I think it's a cool thing. It's so wacky because it like wants to do more damage, and then also, I mean, the biggest thing that sucks for him is that you don't get like any recovery. So he just like you have to set up, and then at the same time you don't have enough turns to set up. So
For me too, it's like I almost wish he wasn't a dragon type. I feel like he might be even better if he was pure electric type, because then he just gains weaknesses and he's still slow as fuck, and he's not that bulky. But
Yeah. He's just a very stuck in the middle mon, sadly.
But I don't know. I feel like with the way Taylor builds, and a lot of mons on this team kind of get like, you have to worry a little bit differently about each of them. Like, they all kind of do something wholly different from the other mons on their team. I feel on Taylor's team. I feel like so. Ampharos can, I guess, fit into one of those molds and kind of show up unexpectedly. So.
Right. All right. Is that it for D1 then?
yes, that is the last.
Perfect. How about D2?
D2 transaction.
We already talked about spice, so we don't have to do that.
Correct.
But
Yep. So we only have one.
Yeah,
It's
just one.
Just blue.
He
Oh
nuked
right,
it.
this was a fucking holy shit! I was in call for
yeah.
this one. Holy fuck!
Konu's in
yeah.
shambles. Another Konu goat
Yeah.
in the bin.
He dropped Mega Diancie, Iron Shreds, Volcarona, Terra Okidogi, Terra Mesprit, Zeta Dunsparce, Prinplup, and Meganium, and he picked up Terra Gliscor, Mega Mawile, Z Infernape, Screamtail, Serena, Tauros, Terra Masquerine, and Marshtomp.
Also, no one put these on the dock. We need to.
I think it was because he played his game super late.
Oh, okay. Yeah, if
Mhm.
someone could do that, that'd be wonderful. But regardless,
They're in the.
yeah, I see it in the bottom right. Like it was put in the. Usually, it's the other way. Someone forgets to put them in the transaction spot. But I don't know.
So I came
made
up with a few different. Yeah. So I'll take the reins on this one because I basically made this fucking team. We talked for I'm not joking, probably 8 hours about this team. I gave him. I'm not joking. Probably close to 7 fucking variants because he was like, I really don't like Mega Diancie. I want to drop it. I just want to do something else with the team. And I was like, okay, we can work with that. So he was really looking at Mega Lopunny, but then also I had to convince him a little bit because for whatever reason, Mega Mawile was still available. And I'm like, you can have Dragapult, Mega Maw, Weavile. And I'm like, that sounds fucking amazing. So I had another team that I wish that he would have gone with, but he took the one he felt a little bit more comfortable with, he said, so whatever. The Infernape version, but I want to read you guys the other version that I think was a lot better, and I wish that he would have gone with. It was Pult, Mega Maw, Weavile, Terra Superior, Gliscor, Rotom Wash, Slowbro Galar, Z Diancie, Terra Tauros Paldea Blaze, Regigigas, and Kricketune. That team was fucking awesome. And I wish he would have gone with that. However, this team still accomplishes the same thing. I love you, Blue. I'm going to kind of he was obsessed with this Screamtail. He wanted Screamtail so badly on this team. You guys know
I heard
how
you ranted about it in call. James would just randomly be like, dude,
Yeah.
he fucking loves the Screamtail.
Yeah.
And you guys know how I feel about Screamtail, so it was a fighting uphill battle. But the Screamtail eventually did make it onto the fucking team. So he's here. But it's not the worst thing ever. I don't mind Wish Pass. Not like his team super needed it, but good fighting swap in for the team in general. And then he really wanted 8 to help break steals for his top 3. So that's pretty cool. And it's going to be interesting to see Z Infernape as well. I think that's a really, really, really cool new Z captain that was allowed this season. He's pretty cool with Z. But will be interesting to see how he does going forward since he is 1 and 2. So he felt like a need to shake things up, and it'll be a good test for him going into Pyrobite.
Easy live update.
Yeah,
That's a regular Tauros. That's not the right
Someone
one.
put fucking regular Tauros in the thing.
No, that's correct. It's regular Tauros.
It is? You said
Yes.
Tauros Paldea Blaze.
No,
That was for the
updated
other
one.
two.
Not updated, the one that he wanted Blue to do, but he didn't.
Oh, you're right. My bad.
Yeah,
To
idiot.
be fair, for a low
I'm outta
tier
here.
normal, 3-point Tauros is not terrible.
So the Terra Captains are who? Gliscor and who?
I think it's Serena. Let me check again. I'm sorry.
Oof.
Yucky.
No, sorry, Masquerade. My bad.
Oh, let's go.
Let's go.
Wait, so he's missing 2 points? Are you sure?
That's on him. Yeah, that's what he put. He changed the low tiers up. I never suggested these tiers.
Dude, why the fuck is Marshtomp on this team? Get his bum ass off this team and get something usable.
Does he actually have 2 points still available?
Yeah.
Marshtomp's
Yeah.
If I put everything in correctly, I think he does. I just did it while you were talking.
He'll stare at the opponents and distract them.
Is one of the points messed up? How many points is Tauros?
3.
I don't know. I think that was on him then.
I'm going to talk about the changes then.
Sure, please do.
I think that also we need to get
Also, why is it
Mawile on
changing?
here over
Yeah,
Diancie.
someone just changed it to Diancie. I put it. Okay.
I think
Oh, that's
first
the
thing that
problem.
stands out is Blue got probably the best Z captain on the board, Infernape. This thing's crazy. It can set up from both sides and then just blow something up. Its speed tier obviously isn't insane, but it's definitely going to be really hard to like build a team defensively for it. And then obviously his top 6 is crazy in its own merit. I'm not the biggest Gliscor fan in the world, but Terra Gliscor is obviously a good Pokemon. And I think the top 3 can force a lot of specific prep and team builder. Rotom's obviously going to pair well with any bulky core, so... and then, you know, the low tiers could be worse, rounding out everything in the mid-tier Screamtail and Serena. I agree the Screamtail's not all that, but he's here, you know, he's providing something unique to the team, so I'm okay with it. And, you know,
I get why
he just...
James loved this team. There's a Weavile, Gliscor, and an Infernape.
Oh, you're right. I
And a
didn't
Dragon
notice.
And a Rotom.
And a Dragon. Yeah, the top 6. Here we
You're
go.
so shameless. My God. But no, this is a cool team. This is like I like it. Screamtail is definitely like the biggest polar bear in Arlington, Texas, but it's like yeah, I don't know. Like I guess it's like his best rocker besides fucking Gliscor, so whatever.
What's funny is that he has so many rockers,
But they all
and
are like mid.
2 of them actually put rocks up.
And one of them, Gliscor doesn't like love putting rocks up.
I
not his
like
favorite
Terra Masquerade. I think this mon's actually like pretty good.
It's
with
interesting. It gets intimidating. Yeah, it's. I'm down with him. I'm down to climb
cool
with.
quiver user like as a low tier, gets decent coverage, and I think Terra Blast.
I wish we had a different normal type than Toro, so I'm not gonna lie. I don't know what this thing's doing.
I just like 8 because of exactly what.
Why are you
Tristan
drafting
said.
a low tier normal type that can't beat Ghost?
Nah, bulky Tauros. Where are we here?
Tauros is stats.
Was anybody here? Was
We're
He's
here
3
to have
points.
fun.
You could do worse.
Bro was catching a Will-O-Wisp, and he is
Look, it
starving.
was this or
so
Kecleon, so I mean.
I would have rather taken the Kecleon. I'm not gonna lie.
Kecleon.
Anyways, I really like Ape on this team a lot because your speed tiers are so fucking good in general with Dragapult Weavile, and then you put that like really good 108 speed tier in there. Great Scarfer, you don't have to run Z, and then exactly what Tristan says, you can be kind of like different with it because you have Mega Mall Weavile hitting on the physical side, you have Pult hitting either way, and then Infernape also can hit really hard from either side depending on matchup.
Yeah, I like that with Pult a
like
lot. Infernape
I
and
do
Pult
too.
have like the exact same thing that they can do, which is a really hard mix-up to get right.
What I love about this team as well is the priority is amazing with Mega Mall, Weavile, and Infernape. So you can really like take advantage of that. Infernape can still run Z moves still and run priority with setup, things like that. Pulse outspeeding.
Doll Eyes Serena.
So true.
Very true, very true.
But and then Screamtail. I'm not even gonna talk about Screamtail anymore. I fucking Screamtail is alright, I guess, because it does give you a very consistent fighting swap in, especially since Gliscor is Terra. Let me talk about the Gliscor really quick. I like Terra
here we
Gliscor
go.
on this team better than regular Gliscor.
You acting like you had a choice.
Dog, the ground types on the board are non-existent. It was either keep Treads, and I didn't really want to with Mega Maw, or Steelix. And that was like my fucking in-betweens. And I'm like,
epic.
why is nothing here, dude?
I know.
We cannot. No, you know what? I'd rather see the. I'd rather see the Gliscor than Steelix. I'm not gonna.
No,
I'm not gonna cap.
Steelix is heat. I like Steelix.
I don't
I mean,
care. You
it
and
could've
Harris
been
can
one of
have
the
your little
poison-
Steelix party in the corner.
It could have been one of the poison grounds, but I did not like. This is the rare James. I did not think Nidoking or Queen looked good on this at all, especially with
I would.
Gliscor's.
I would. He's got fucking Dragapult and there's no T-Spiker. There's also no poison type.
That was technically.
Yeah, there is no poison type. The poison
that's
type
the
is
big thing
Terra
that I was gonna
Gliscor.
talk about. Yeah.
What do you mean, technically, none of these Pokemon set up T-Spikes.
It was a joke. Shut up.
We did need Tauros though. He did need to be
I
here,
had a
so.
poison type originally on this team.
Get rid of
It changed
fucking
out.
Marshtomp for a poison
Yeah,
type.
Marshtomp
please.
needs to go.
I
Listen,
had a
love
poison
Marshtomp,
type
but
on
why
this
is he
dude,
here?
and he changed it. What? Let me find this team. I had a fucking poison. It
This
was
is
it was
on
Drapion, I think.
Oh hell no! That's
I
worse.
remember you were building. I remember you saying Drapion.
Take Drapion
He said
out. Never mind.
He said
Marshtomp gets
Skuntank's
it.
not on the board. We're putting Drapion.
I wanted to get Skuntank, but that
That's
also
my
wasn't
goat.
available. So. But yeah, poison types weren't weren't great to come around. I mean, yeah, I do see what you're saying, T-Spikes with Pult, but at the same time, I don't know. You have spikes, you have rockers. I didn't think I valued the pivoting over the T-Spikes, especially on this team. Just because your breaking power is so good anyways, I didn't think Pult needed any help from your 3 breakers of Mega Maul, Weavile, Terry, and Frame.
It's not really about breaking, it's about just making Pult's life easier, because like Pult's already
you can run
for, like as is, so like
every week, yeah.
If you can like make his job just like even a little easier with a T-Spike and get like 1 Mon poisoned, like that goes a long way in like making his
I understand. Job, I understand why T-Spikes are so important. It just was like I valued the pivoting that Gliscor gave and the defensive utility that it gave for this team.
Oh, Gliscor gets T-Spikes.
Yeah, I was also gonna say that, but when you said nobody on this team gets T-Spikes, my brain like
I didn't know.
I
was
like,
what
is he talking about?
I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, he got it in when he came back in DLC.
It's all forms of.
You know what? All right, I'll give Gliscor some merit then. You know, I mean that's not something you're gonna run often, but at least
because he's got to run rocks a lot too, But
like if there's
he doesn't have
can handle it.
I mean,
and he also can run lead rocks ape. He can run rocks maul if he really needs to. Like,
I do not want to do lead rocks.
Bulky Infernape, are we back? Finally, my time.
No.
I'm just saying he has the option.
Slack on.
Like,
this is
you guys are freaking out about it, but like he has
your
so
ladder
many options
max
for
defense or Infernape.
No, it's not. Look, he checks Scizor so hard.
Doing exist, but yeah.
Anyways,
the Mega Metagross Infernape, like bulky Infernape teams that I ran at the beginning of Gen 7 will be remembered.
I don't think it's that big of a deal because Blue can literally just do that. He can draw out Marshtomp and get a poison type, so just do it. Go do it. You don't need Marshtomp. He's doing nothing for this team. You don't need a water. You don't need a ground.
See if someone like would trade you a poison type, like
just pick up like Arbok. Just get something.
Yeah, somebody, not Marshtomp. Like even if Tristan's saying it, like I've had to fucking debate this.
Listen, there's a Rotom Wash and a Gliscor on this team. I like Marshtomp, but he's not a good Pokemon. He's not doing anything here.
He's ugly, dumb, and sucks on this team. If Tristan's saying it, then it's the truth. I'm sorry. He loves Marshtomp.
I never said Marshtomp was a good Pokemon. I just think I like him. He's just fun.
I gotta start believing in myself. I knew Gliscor got T-Spikes.
Stand up for yourself.
But again, it's not a good.
One of the reasoning why
he might get. Okay.
It's fine, T-Spiker. He
it's not.
Need to set rocks every week.
It's not,
James. It's really not.
It's fine on this team.
But you're not going to run it. Gliscor already has 4-move syndrome, and now you're like, can you please run
T-Spikes?
He's got like
6-move syndrome on this team.
I don't know, man. I think it's fine.
Because it's Gliscor, you want it to be fine. It's not because it is. You just want it.
He has plenty of options to set hazards elsewhere. So
hazards, not T-Spikes. These are different.
Yes, what I'm saying is that he's not forced to run rock.
Just retract your statement from earlier, and I'll drop this.
No, I'll argue this all day.
Oh my god! Just move on.
No, just retract the statement live on air.
No,
do it.
We won't.
Say you slandered me.
Actually, I'm gonna double down with it and say that I'm right completely.
You're not. You're not right. You fucking.
You're not.
You fucking retard. I have not attacked anyone.
Oh my god.
For no reason.
End the episode, bitch.
All right, look, we can end it there. Koinu, before we go, obviously you're in D2. Did you have any thoughts about this team?
Jesus Christ.
The Infernape is I really like it. I love Infernape so much. He's like one of my favorite Gen 4 Pokemon. I'm excited to see what he does.
I also purposely helped Blue counter team Koinu, so congrats.
Wow.
Hater.
Wow.
Fuck you.
Hater. You say counter team, but I'm looking at the Ogre switch-ins. Where are they?
Ice Core.
Yeah, Mawile, man. Mawile's taking, with no Intimidate, Mawile's taking 60 from that Iron Cudgel book.
And also
Ivy Cudgel. He gets boosted, he gets a crit. It's over. His life is done. Right now, today.
All right, but I think we are going to wrap it up right there.
We're wrapping it up.
I guess we can look at the schedule real quick. Koinu, who do you play this week? You play
Max.
Max. Oh, our boys. Yes. Love to see it. Max needs a win, but Koinu, I am still rooting for you, so you better put his ass in the ground. Iron Man versus Arthur is really fun. They're good friends.
Fun,
True, that'll be a good game.
And
I
then there's
bet.
also Omar versus Glimpse this week
Yep,
as well.
they're
So
there.
we're
Ooh,
gonna have
Spice Ava.
Yep.
That should be a good
This
game.
is an awesome DG slate, honestly.
Yeah.
Stefan Monster, the NCL, and FBL longtime coaches. So
let's go.
yeah, and then what's this person's name? Valens and Sky. So yeah, this is a great slate, honestly.
Definitely.
And then there's Pyroboy versus Blue.
We will not be watching, I'm afraid.
But yeah, we will not. Yeah.
we will be watching the replay.
I'll be watching if they need a mod in the game. So.
But yeah, I think we're gonna wrap it up there. Tristan, thank you so much for joining. Koinu, good luck, and thank you for joining as well. Good luck to you guys.
Always a
My
pleasure.
YouTube.
Make sure you guys sub to Koinu on YouTube.
Yeah.
It'll be in the description below. Make sure you give him a follow. Sub to him.
And like all his videos,
Yeah.
and watch all his videos, and leave a comment.
Got to boost in the algorithm. And Tristan, make sure you follow him on Instagram, Krogunk Collector. If you want to see some Pokemon cards, that's the place to be. And
Every once in a while.
And I guess if you want to watch Rad Red Brain Rot, you can follow James on Twitch, Windrazers, or sub to him on YouTube. He'll never upload again, but if you do want to sub to him, he is there. And if you want to watch someone
Who even watches YouTube anymore?
someone who slanders another creator, you can watch him.
Yeah, quote unquote creator.
What's the quote unquote about that? I'm creating
Just in
content
the
right
video,
now, you
dude.
piece of shit.
It's not even on your channel. Dumb
It is
fuck.
on I own this channel.
I own you.
Listen, you tard. All right, I'm not gonna fucking stand by and let you slander me anymore. Just apologize. Just say you were wrong.
I don't want to. Also, kill yourself.
Okay, we're gonna end it there. Goodbye, everybody, and peace out. Bye bye.